Welcome, come all and everybody, to Cthulhu Punk. If you don't know about this game, watch Counter Monkey. All right.
Essentially, it's Call of Cthulhu with cyberpunk. That's the biggest explanation.
All right. But yes. Previously, on the Mentally Advanced series.
No one watches that anymore.
Shut up. I like that. I like that. So last time, after escaping what was basically New Innsmouth and confronting hordes of fish people firsthand, you guys were apprehended by the AISOF, basically the military. But you escaped.
Mike blew their heads up with airbags.
Oh my god, he shot himself.
Technically, you blew up a Zax's driver's head with an airbag. The rest of them were fine.
I just shot mine.
Right.
I didn't
And
actually
my
kill
character
anybody.
decided to show off her. And my character decided to show off her more less civilized side.
Yes.
My character knocked my characters out by breaking their skull and like chainsawing through the window to get out because they thought fish people were attacking.
Yeah. So after that, you guys all under the instructions of your employer Tara drove up to this little cabin in the mountains, where you discovered basically a safe house full of weapons, a secure computer, and a direct link to Tara. And
Our boss.
And you now know that Richard Fannin, the head of the AISOF, is secretly up to something. You don't know what, but he's up to something.
He's a goddamn succubus.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we also saw that video footage of friggin' Dagon destroying that oil derrick.
Yeah. Also, let us not forget, you saw it. Remember they said they had manned drones watching the town where the fish people lived, but they'd never actually seen any fish people until, Grant, you saw somebody had tampered with the footage because the timestamp kept jumping at the exact same spot every single day.
Not to mention, we blew up Innsmouth 2.0, and like I drove us all away while we were throwing dynamite out the window.
Okay, so with all this in mind, you guys are now certain that Richard Fannin knows something. However, you do not know what. And that brings us to now. So before we officially
I was going to say, don't forget Skittles is like trying to start a war between the Japanese and Alaska.
Skittles hacked
the
entirety of their nuclear defense, as well as moved their navy near Japan's shores.
Oh yeah. Also, Zach is now in the possession of a button that will literally blow up Alaska.
Yep, Skittles gave him the power.
More like he took it because he knows you're too irresponsible.
No, he didn't take it. Skittles gave it to him.
All right. Okay. So this brings us to now. Now, before I introduce the plot, you guys want to introduce your characters?
Mike, you go first. You're the most funny one.
Mm-hmm.
No, why don't I go last?
All right.
Okay.
Zach, you go first.
All right. So I play codename Agent N, who is a corporate merc working for American Technologies, who has a right cybernetic arm that she lost in an accident. And rather than being disgusted and asking and complaining to her doctors that she never asked for this, she wholly embraced her cybernetic arm and strangled several people to death. She is ruthless, merciless, and
she's the Winter Soldier.
She's Revy.
She's crazy.
She's a mix between Revy and the Winter Soldier.
She's basically Revy from Black Lagoon if Revy never learned to take it easy.
All right.
She takes it easy.
All right, Grant, you're up.
She's one last thing. She's also cruel, very, very cruel.
We've seen this firsthand.
She's a mean lady.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
She's a lead.
This is a hey,
Grant.
hey,
You're next.
Grant, you're up.
All right. My character is a 6'4" Mexican whose only known name is Smitty, due to the Smith & Wesson 357 he carries around with him. He has no clue about his past life until a few years ago when he woke up in a hospital, got a job at a local S-Mart, and has been working as a vigilante in Los Angeles. He owns a suit of power armor. He's got a robotic right arm, which engages into a friggin' chainsaw hand. And after being hired by this, the vigilante's name was El Diablo. But after encountering the fish people, he kind of went a little nuts, and he has an intense fear of these fish people now. And he's kind of freaking out about that.
Aren't you basically a Mexican Bruce Campbell?
Yes, he is a Mexican Bruce Campbell. That doesn't deter from the fact that the biggest, strongest guy in the team is most afraid of the fucking monsters.
All right. So
Myself, I'm laughing a lot because I've kind of been drinking, and yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mike. That's you.
Okay. My character is Annabella, but she goes by Skittles. She's a stocky, brown-haired girl, one green eye, one blue eye, very small, double D's, completely insane. That's what happened when she decided to take a job in which she'd hack the web. Didn't work out too well for her, drove her completely insane. She speaks squirrel. She can also hack anything, speaking the fact that she hacked the entire nuclear defense of Alaska and commanded their navy to move off the shore of Japan to start a war. Also has an AI called Susan.
You also blew up all the Starbucks.
Yeah, that happens.
Blew up a Starbucks, and she also blew up a gas station as well as the bus.
We didn't have to either.
Right. So, and Ken, who appears in several of our games, is here spectating, just for fun.
He might join in. We don't know. We'll see how the cards or the dice lie.
All right.
My voice an NPC that's not decided yet. I don't know.
All right. So that brings us to now. So going off immediately from where you guys left off, I'm going to. It was pretty late when you got there, so I'm going to assume you've all got some sleep. Okay, Mike.
We all slept in the basement.
Yeah, you did. So, Mike, you already hacked into the AI SOF F security building's mainframe, so you don't need to roll to do this again. So, currently, you have eyes on Fannin. He's in his office. You know where he is, and
yep.
So, now you know you. I don't need to remind you. Fannin knows something. He clearly knows more than he's saying, and he's possibly lying through his teeth. But
didn't we?
You don't know.
I was gonna say, didn't we find out he also had like a bunch of funds get into his account?
Yeah. Yes. He was being paid off in gold by somebody. However, you know that the fish people, the deep ones, do deal in pure gold.
Yes, they do.
Fuck him.
So yeah, he's being paid in gold, presumably by them, for something. You don't know what, but you could probably make a good educated guess based on the tempered footage you saw.
Yeah.
So, okay, just right off the bat, before I ask anything, you guys want to do anything? You want to roll any perception? You guys still haven't checked out that safe room and what's really in it.
And we'll check that out when we get to it.
I actually want to check and search and see if there is a unmanned drone available inside of it.
You'd have to roll perception. That's a D20. That's a D20. Also, there are no modifiers for how I do it. There are no modifiers for how I do it here, and so basically everyone's equal.
Oh well, in that case, nat 20.
You lucky fucker!
Okay. I assumed when you said unmanned drone, you wanted Skittles to hack one. That very much is possible. She just has to roll a hack. But
Wouldn't be that hard.
the closest thing you find is it's one of those remote control ones. It is military grade, so it can take a bullet. It can't take a Barrett 50 cal though. Like anything anti-tank or anything anti-vehicle, you know that will just utterly destroy it. But it can take.
How big is it?
It's like that. Like, have you ever seen one of those regular vehicle drones? Those regular drones. It's basically one of those.
They're about the size of the Saint Bernard.
It also you notice has a cloak on it.
Ooh.
So that will be useful.
Does it look like it could be packed with explosives?
You could probably jerry rig it. Like, it's definitely big enough. You could tape. You could probably like tape or put explosives on or into it.
Hey, Zach,
Okay.
ask if it's like an unmanned drone or if you actually got to control it remote.
Actually,
Well, it has a
Actually, you know what? I'll give you this. It does have a bit of a cargo bay, but given the size of it, it's not very big.
right.
Yeah.
And also, you said it had a control, right?
Yeah, it has a remote control.
What kind of range are we talking?
It's pretty good. It will. You don't want to be several blocks away from this thing, but if you're like more than 4 blocks away, you'll start to lose range and lose control. Right. So, however, considering the nature of this thing, you might want to keep it in sight. Just cause.
Okay.
What a shitty drone.
Well, these were just things that Terra could get to you at a moment's notice. So,
All right.
there are plenty of guns and other equipment in there. You want to check that stuff out, or not yet?
Smitty
Any
wants
plastic
to have
explosives?
a breakfast of toast.
There are a couple. You do find a couple C4, but not much. Like there's enough to maybe for a one-time use.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like 6
Is there any
bricks.
Yeah, about like if you're sparing with them, you could definitely get your use out of them. If you want something big
there
though, like you got to use them all.
Is there any combat shotguns anywhere?
You'd have to roll perception since you're looking.
I got a 6, and my perception is.
There's no
14.
There's no modifiers here unless the modifier is only for in combat.
So I got a 6. I didn't find a kick.
Actually, since it is in the room, this DC was pretty low. You do see a shotgun, but you have no idea what kind it is.
Is it better than my combat shotgun I currently possess?
Looks like it's about the same. However, given the things yours may or may not have been through, this one might be in a bit better care.
Combat shotguns.
Actually, wait.
true.
What kind of combat shotgun are we talking here? Is it just
It just says combat shotgun.
okay? Then yeah, it is pretty much the same thing. You can take the ammo if you want it.
I'm taking the ammo.
All right, you take that.
Smitty also wants a breakfast of toast and three giant glasses of Di Serono on the rocks, so that he plays my character like I'm playing it right now.
There is bread in here. There's a couple days supply of food. However, that specific type of booze, you're out of luck.
Well, what kind of booze is there?
There's whiskey. There's scotch. There's some vodka. Like nothing like overly major expensive though.
I'll take 3 glasses of each, so that he plays as I am.
It's a bit early in the morning for that kind of stuff, don't you think?
I just witnessed my entire reality going to wayside because of giant fucking kaiju levels of fish people. I think booze is going to help me.
Okay, well, Smitty is getting drunk and is examining the drone. Skittles, do you want to do anything?
What type of electronics are in the house, or do I need to roll perception?
Yeah, you'll need to roll perception if you want to look for something new. If you want to examine the computer, you already know that pretty well since you were working on it. Okay. Here's the thing. Outside of basically what amounts to the bunker and in the house in general, it's pretty low. It's pretty low tech. The phone still has a cord. My God.
Oh my God, that's ancient technology.
My God. Like, there's still a refrigerator. You still have to push a button to turn on the lights. However, like in this bunker, you do note that it's pretty advanced. Like this computer is actually surprisingly good. You are willing to bet that most of the electronics budget they had went into this room and into this computer specifically.
Okay, I want to go.
Actually, I'll give you this because this is kind of an important detail. You do notice this next to your computer. You don't know this, but Zach, you would if it's called attention to you. There is a phone.
Right.
There is a phone but the phone has a list. The phone has numbers, obviously, if you need to call someone specific. However, it does have a button that is just labeled blank, and there's a note next to it that says if you need me, press this, and you recognize that as Tara's handwriting.
Right. And
you know this. Basically, you've done a lot of jobs working for different corporations. You know you might have to report back to your superiors, However, you also know that corporate people don't exactly like other people to know that they're associated with mercs, and they don't exactly like other people to know what you're doing, or because you know how it is. If you fuck up, you don't exist. You don't exist. If you fuck up, you don't exist. They'll deny it. So basically, you know this. What this button is, basically what it does is you press it, it sends a message to Tara's phone, and then she'll call you back at her convenience. Basically,
yeah, that's right. We called her on that number, and then she told us to find the one in the basement that couldn't be traced. I remember that.
But yeah, basically what this does is basically the idea with this button is you don't call Tara because you might call her at an inopportune time. You push this button, it sends her a message. She'll call you.
Okay.
But yeah, Zach,
you're a strong texter.
You do that. You might piss her off.
I know. That's why I want to do it, because it'll piss her off. I don't have the phone, though. I don't have
the phone is... Mike, if you're on the computer, the phone is right next to you.
Well, I want to access Susan.
You can do that. You don't need to roll for that.
Okay, I want to access Susan. Have I accessed her?
Hello, Skittles.
Susan!
What can I do for you?
Susan, I need you to monitor.
Did you have a particular voice for Susan, or can I just keep doing what I'm doing?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I want you to monitor communications between Alaska, United States, and Japan.
On it, Skittles. You sexy beast, you.
Flattery will only get you so far.
All right. Okay.
Hey, where's the Susan friend of yours, Skittles? She sounds hot.
I do not exist. I am merely an artificial intelligence programmed by Skittles. Firing main cannon.
Yep, there goes Alaska.
Well, fuck.
That didn't happen. So.
Oh, God.
Where did Pac-Man get into this?
He's always been there, just on the periphery of our vision, like the faceless old woman that lives in your home.
Oh.
Oh my God, I want that, Ken.
What, the amiibo?
The Pac-Man.
Oh, I don't have an amiibo, so I don't need it.
I have 51.
Right. Okay.
Holy shit, dude.
Okay, Mike. So she's listening in. You're going to have to roll perception to see if you get what they're hearing.
19.
Okay. A lot's happened in a day since you've been ordered to move fleets. People are asking why. Why are you moving these fleets? Who gave you these orders? How dare you cross into our borders without our permission?
That's what the Japanese sound like?
That's basically what they're saying. That's more or less what they're saying. Yeah.
I didn't know the Japanese were British.
It's like, what do you want me to go all stereotypical? Because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put on a racist.
Please don't.
I'm not going to put on racist
Godzilla!
Japanese. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Godzilla!
Let them fight.
Okay. But yeah, Mike. Nothing's happened yet. However, people are starting to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, do you just want to sit on this information or no for right now, or do you want to? Okay.
Okay. Hey, Mike, I sent you a message.
So, with all that,
I want to check how the leaked videos of the fish people are doing when we were attacked,
and also the Dagon video we leaked.
that it currently has 1 million hits on YouTube.
That's it.
For now, it's only been a day since you released the Dagon footage.
Insulting. We will beat Gung Gung style.
Oh.
What about all those internet trolls you put kitty porn on? Have they been arrested yet?
Oh, yeah,
do you want to look?
Yeah. Have they been arrested yet?
Investigations are still pending. It's only been a day.
There's actually something I want Skittles to do
Okay.
in character.
Okay. Does this tie into Richard Fannin? Because if it does, I'm going to move on first.
No.
Okay, then go ahead.
Hey, Skittles.
Yes.
Remember that kid we let live?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I want you to check in on him. Check phone calls, emails. If he said anything, I need you to see if he said anything about what we did.
Susan?
We burned all of his buddies alive. Why would he ever, and gave him like millions of dollars. Why would he ever say anything?
Susan, check it.
Okay. Luckily, you've already hacked into the AISOF corporate building. You do find that he has gone back to report to Fannin. However, he told him was that basically he's not lying. You guys stopped the vehicles, slaughtered every single person there. However, his spin on it is that he ran because you guys were killing people left and right, and he didn't want to die.
We gotta send that guy an extra cheese incentive.
Fannin, furious about this, reprimanded him for it. He is currently been demoted and was relocated outside of Anchorage.
Tragic.
Send him a cheese basket as extra incentive. He'll love it.
What?
A cheese basket.
It's like,
I would love a cheese basket.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah, it does. Thinking about this, though, this actually does make a bit of sense because not reporting in would only raise even more suspicion.
Yeah.
Well, he did what we told him.
Next question. What's Fannin been up to?
Okay, this is where we move on. So now is the all important question. Like you need to basically get Fannin so you can interrogate him. However, the only things you know about him are currently in his personal profile, which Skittles hacked last time. You can read through that again if you want me to go over the details.
Yeah, do we need that?
But I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this after you answer my next question. How long do you want to watch Fannin? Because you need to kidnap this guy. So you need to know his routine. Like, how long do you want to watch him to see if you can understand?
I don't know, a week? What do you think, Zach? A week or 2 weeks?
I'd say 10 days.
All right,
That's
10 days.
Well, that's a good compromise.
I was actually just going to say this to give you a bit more incentive to waiting. Because of your guys' shenanigans, there is currently, as part of the SOF, this is standard procedure. You know this. There's currently an APB statewide for all of you. Like it has.
They don't know who I am.
Well, they have. Fannin knows they have, and they do have all your pictures based on just. You think that some of the guns they pointed at you when they took you in might have had cameras on them because some of the pictures they use are kind of fuzzy. However, what they also have is this footage was shown on the news of first Skittles blowing up the barista machine, then N punching that security guard in the face, and then you all blow up the gas station. So now everybody in Alaska thinks you're insane.
I didn't do nothing.
So based on this,
Hold on.
You guys are now wanted.
Okay, actually,
next.
there is something I want to do.
All right.
In the meantime, I am looking up a particular city in Alaska and its proximity to Anchorage.
Okay. So you guys want to wait 10 days?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Actually, while you're looking this up, if you want, I can go over what was in Fannin's personal file.
Okay, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Skittles.
Yes.
On the fifth day of their investigation.
All right. I'll tell you what you learned in the 5-day period after you tell me this.
Yeah. On the 5th day of the investigation, Skittles, I want you to put out that we have been sighted.
Yes.
Let me look.
Barrow. Barrow is near the northern
Japan.
circle.
Yeah. Yeah, Barrow, Alaska, that we've been located in.
All right.
We were last seen
That's
there.
where-
It's about,
That's where 30 days of nights happened.
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so
It's as far away as we can be.
Okay, so five. Okay, so 5 days pass, and before I get into the details of Fannin, I am gonna go over again what was in his personal file, just so you remember.
Okay.
He's like his military. He's had a kind of an outstanding military career. I mean, you kind of have to be promoted to captain of the AISOF. It's like combat skills are exceptional. Like, and you've seen these kinds of people. Blah is like specific missions, groups he's worked with. Blah blah blah. You've all seen this before.
Right.
But however, what you do, the other things you know, however, is that cybernetics wise, he actually has two. One is basically a neural implant that basically all data AISOF related is uploaded to. You can't hack this before you ask. Like that's been made sure of.
Damn it.
And as a result of an accident in his youth, from the kneecaps down, both of his legs are actually mechanical.
Fuck, he's got power legs.
It's like how. Here's the weird thing though, and you've seen some things like this before, but nothing in people directly in the military. When it comes to improvements these legs have seen, they seem pretty sketchy. The file seems to want you to believe they're just regular. Like, and even when it says there are enhancements, it's very vague. It just
He's got rocket boots. Oh, so get over here. You're not allowed in there. Come here.
it's very vague as far as like if he's done anything to these legs.
Well, actually, there are. So if he has these cybernetic legs, they have a serial number, right?
They do. However,
We'd have to look that up through the surgeon who did it.
yeah, they do.
Well, no.
They
We
do.
can look up the spec sheet. We
Well-
can look up the spec, like the mechanical specs for these legs,
All
just so
right,
we get an
that's the
idea of what the
baseline.
basics. Yeah, for the
Hack
basics.
these legs.
Alright. All right. So
We don't know what his enhancements are, but we'd at least know what the original was before he
The
started
serial-
modifying.
the serial number, Mike, you're gonna have to roll to find that because it's not listed here. But before you do that, I want to finish. I just want to finish this. I want to finish this tangent. Okay. So you also note that he was married. He is now divorced. Psych profile. You can tell he's the kind of guy who's just married to his work. Basically, once he sets his mind to something, he thinks about it and only it. Close to the point of insanity. Yeah.
Who divorced who? Did she divorce from him, or did he divorce her?
From what you can tell, she divorced him.
So is there any incident of him still having feelings towards his ex?
From what you can tell, no, because he seems more married to his work than he was with his
Does he have
actual
children?
wife.
Children.
He does, but the wife has custody of the child, and well, both of these people live in the continental United States, out of Alaska.
Fuck. So no hostages.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, so you're not allowed to go.
also, despite the divorce, Fannin is still sending them money. It's like in reading this, you could tell that the kid has some kind of disability. It's not like life threatening though, but he still sends them money.
All right.
You also note that he has 3 houses. One is in the continental United States that is currently occupied by his wife and kid. The other is just an apartment here in Anchorage, and the third is basically it's not quite a mansion, but it's a pretty big house. It's just outside. Like you guys are kind of in a mountain town, like that's where it is. But it's a different mountain town.
All right.
However, I'll just give you this. In Skittles, in trying to find out more about this place, you find that security on this house is pretty tight. But this should not at all be surprising since he's captain of the AISOF. Who knows who wants to break into his house? So
We do.
yeah. So okay. In 5 days, here's what you here's what you learn about Fannin. He, like I said, you read his site profile. He gets kind of obsessive about things in his work. So that's no different for you guys. Basically, literally, it seems like literally his every waking thought is on you guys. Find this. Find them there. Chase this lead. What do we know? What do we know about these guys? What do we know about the autopsies? So far, he can't find anything. But you already hacked in, so you have the camera feeds. He seems pretty frantic. Like he's worrying about this more than he should. I mean, after all, you're just 3 people. However, actually, oddly enough, you don't ever see him go home, like, anywhere. He usually, from what you've seen, he usually just sleeps in his office. You think you've seen him go to his apartment maybe once. However, you do notice this. 3 out of the 5 days he went there, he does have one key weakness. You don't need to roll for this because it's clear on the security. It was clear on the security cameras. You've seen him, like, you've basically seen him go out for coffee, like, in the mornings. However, just you saw this scene. Basically, the one day that somebody in the office made coffee. Basically, Fannin tried some, but then he threw it back in the guy's face. He's like, "Why can none of you motherfuckers make decent coffee?" So from what you gathered so far, he seems to prefer outside of the office coffee. And
Sure.
And given how often he seems to be staying up, you kind of touched on it, Grant. He kind of is a coffeeholic.
So we should put Viagra in his coffee so that he'll start banging his assistant, and that way we can catch him in the act.
His second in command is a guy.
Does he have a secretary?
It is also a guy.
Maybe we can give
So we
him.
could go back to
He
banging
might
his
get horny
wife.
enough. You never know.
His wife is in the continental United States. That's going to be a problem.
It's okay in a 3-way.
You hire a stripper to walk around the office outside, so he's tempted.
All right, so okay, if you guys want anything more specific about what I told you about in these 5 days, or if you guys just want to do the burrow thing, you guys will have to roll for those. It won't just be Mike. Like, Zach, if you want to get in touch with some people you know, or hell, even if you guys just want to go out and get stuff, like, you guys can do that too. So
Who's the local barista he goes to?
Mike's gonna have to roll to find that out, because because Mike hacked into the AISOF office. He seems to leave the office. You're gonna have to go a bit broader.
What am I rolling?
This would be a hack since you're on your computer.
Okay, so hack. Adding
This is a low DC since you're not hacking into any government structures.
Adding the bonus that I
All right.
17.
Okay. It's not that far from the AISOF building. Maybe like three, maybe 4 blocks. It's outside their perimeter though, so it's not like there are guards watching it. So, but basically it's a Starbucks. Like, yeah. I do? Hold on, I have a phone call.
Phone call.
Phone call.